Let's be honest. You don't turn down an offer from IIM, even when it is offering something that's been never offered before. And that is exactly what 18-year-old M thought. He was already 4 months into a respected BBA program in South India when he received an admission letter from IIM Sirmaur, one of India's prestigious Indian institutes of management. But it wasn't for an MBA program. It wasn't even for a 5 year integrated program. This was something that the IIMs have never offered before, a standalone undergraduate degree in management. And it came with a hefty price tag, more than 20 lakhs for 4 years, which was nearly 40 times what M was paying. Still, he left his old college behind and signed up to be a part of this new experiment. Until very recently, the idea of an IIM offering a bachelor's degree sounded strange because these are institutions known for their postgraduate education. For decades, the letters IIM signaled one thing: MBA excellence. But now that is starting to change. IIM Sirmaur is not the only one. IIM Kozhikode and IIM Sambalpur have launched their own undergrad courses. Even IIM Bangalore and Lucknow are not far behind. The IIMs are expanding in a direction they've resisted for decades. But why now? Why the sudden pivot towards undergraduate education? It is not just about offering more choice to students, because it is about money, pressure, and the quiet restructuring of India's most elite management institutions. So, what is really behind this move? And are these new courses about access and academic evolution, or is there something else driving them? And more importantly, what does this mean for the thousands of students who now see the IIM brand as a 4 year journey, not just a 2 year destination? Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from the Ken. I'm your host Snigdha Sharma, and I don't chase the news cycle. Instead, every day of the week, my colleague Rahil Philippos and I will come to you with one business story that is worth understanding and worth your time. Today is Monday, the 14th of July. Until recently, IIMs had one job: produce top tier MBAs. Some offered 5 year integrated programs. Students joined after school and left with a master's, but never a standalone undergrad degree. And that changed in 2024. IIM Sirmaur launched its 4 year BMS. So did IIM Kozhikode, and IIM Sambalpur went even further and started offering degrees in management, public policy, data science, and AI. More are jumping in. IIM Bangalore confirmed it's planning an offline undergrad program soon. IIM Lucknow too is targeting courses in business analytics, data science, and economics. But what sparked this sudden wave? According to IIM officials, it was a nudge from the government. The Ministry of Education has been encouraging IIMs to broaden their scope, to stop being just elite B schools and become full fledged multidisciplinary institutions. And here is why: the National Education Policy of 2020 that aims to end fragmentation in higher education in India, which basically means specialized institutions like IIMs must evolve to offer more kinds of courses, not just management. And that is the vision. But the reality may be more about survival than about these ideals. Between 2022 and 2025, central funding to IIMs was slashed by more than half, from 653 crores to just 250 crores. And most of that is going to the newer IIMs for infrastructure. Older IIMs are now expected to generate their own revenue. They've already been quietly hiking MBA fees, 5% per year in some cases. At IIM Ahmedabad, PGP fees have reached 26 lakh rupees. So it is no surprise that undergrad courses are priced sky high too: 20 to 30 lakh rupees, not including hostel and mess charges. They are competing with elite liberal arts universities like Ashoka, which charge 12 lakh rupees per year. But while Ashoka promises a holistic experience, IIMs bring something else to the table: brand power. The question is, How much is that brand really worth at the undergrad level? And what is pushing India's top management schools to take the undergraduate plunge? Stay tuned to find out.
Hi, this is Rahil, the co host of Daybreak. I'm quickly pausing this episode to share something very exciting with you. We are hiring. We are looking for someone in the early stages of their journalism career. Maybe you're fresh out of journalism school, or you've done a couple internships and projects and are eager to take on your first full-time role in audio. I'm looking for a co-host to help launch a brand new podcast from the Ken. This is a full-time role, and you'll get to work closely with me as well as the rest of the audio team, right from story pitches to interviews to shaping how the final show sounds. If you're curious, ambitious, and absolutely love audio storytelling, we would love to hear from you. All the details will be in the show notes of this episode.
For starters, it's not entirely voluntary. Based on the national education policy, the government wants lesser niche institutions and more all in one universities offering everything from arts to business to science under one roof. Until recently, IIMs were the textbook definition of specialized. They were laser focused on postgraduate management education, but National Education Policy or NEP changed that direction. The policy aims for all higher education institutes to evolve into multidisciplinary setups by 2030. And that is exactly what we're seeing happen right now. And then there is another pressure point too, which I mentioned earlier, money. And then public scrutiny is also growing. In fact, in 2022, IIM Rohtak landed in trouble when India's national auditor flagged its fee structure as exorbitant. The revenue they pulled in was 2 to 3 times their actual expenditure. It sparked questions about whether public institutions should really operate like private profit centers. And this is where the undergrad degree comes in. These new programs allow IIMs to tap into a fresh, lucrative stream of income and do it early. Students pay steep tuition fee. They also pay an entrance exam fee. Each institute runs its own tests, and those alone generate crores in revenue. Just look at IIM Indoor's IPM, the 5-year integrated program. In 2024, around 30,000 students paid 4,000 each to take the entrance test. That is 12 crore rupees in application fee before a single student is even admitted. And IPMs have shown real earning potential. IIM Indore made 21 crore rupees from IPM fees last year. Not as much as their MBA program, which earned them 120 crores, but a sizable chunk compared to their other offerings. Executive programs and niche postgraduate diplomas brought in far less. So it is not hard to see the appeal. Longer student life cycles means more tuition, more test fees, and potentially even higher conversion rates into their MBA programs later. Because once you've got a student into the IIM ecosystem, they are more likely to stay. But building these undergrad programs is not just about slapping a bachelor label on an existing course. It's taken them years. IIM Bangalore says the foundation for these changes was laid as far back as 2015 when the ministry started encouraging premier institutes to create undergraduate pathways. But back then, IIMs were just societies. They didn't even have the authority to grant degrees. But that changed in 2017 when the parliament passed the IIM Act. Suddenly, they could award degrees and the stage was set. Even then, the process of launching a new program is long and complex. Faculties have to design the curriculum, academic councils and boards need to review and approve it, and this is often in multiple rounds, and resources have to be allocated for teaching new disciplines. COVID, of course, slowed down everything. And then there is the matter of who is going to teach these students. MBA classrooms are full of working professionals, but undergrad students, not so much, because they are younger, less experienced, and in a very different phase of their life. Teaching them means rethinking pedagogy, case studies, and even classroom culture. IIMs are now hiring faculty from fields like psychology, philosophy, and pure math to round out their offerings. Some are repurposing professors from their IPM programs. Others are building new teams from scratch. But what is still missing, though, is one big promise: placements. Unlike their MBA programs, these new undergrad degrees aren't guaranteeing job offers, at least not yet. But that may change once the first batches graduate in 2028. Until then, students are taking a leap of faith. And that brings us back to where we started with students like M, who left a low cost college to take a gamble on something that's never been done before. Will it pay off? It remains to be seen.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription unlocks daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and podcast extras. To subscribe, head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on top of the Ken website. Today's episode was hosted by Snigdha Sharma and edited by Rajiv CN.